the lowest level of locust family dependence in the history of men's awakening. Therefore, he is often bullied by the rich kid in the class, asking him to hand over 100 MP as protection money. Otherwise, he will lead a 5,000-strong dwarven army to invade his realm, destroy his core, and ruin his future completely. It turns out that this is a world where everyone has the opportunity to become a god. People here are classified into different levels of divinity according to the MP level, including demigod, genuine divinity, deity, divine king, and so on. Every person becomes an adult at the age of 18, will awaken to realm, and gain their core family dependence. Family dependents also have varying levels. People with high talents often can get family dependence with more potential, thus evolving towards higher divine nature. However, the arrival of Wu through the passage disrupted the situation. Only by relying on the assistance of the login chamber could they find a breakthrough. Connected and logged into their own realm. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself observing the situation of the realm from an omniscient perspective. He zoomed in and found his core family dependence on the plane, unaware that a swarm of locusts that would lead to the extinction of the family was approaching. Wu opened the panel to take a look. A semi-transparent screen made up of blue light appeared in front of him. What surprised him was that, in the memories of the original owner of the body, there were no "the chosen one" and "sacrifice" in Chinese. Wu clicked on the details. The chosen one can gain an extra power with a unique attribute for each level gained, and sacrifice can exchange a creature's life for randomly generated stuff of equal value. It can be used once a day. Clearly, the chosen one is the time traveler's golden finger, and sacrifice is his stage in divinity. Gain additional power with a unique attribute. With this heaven-defying golden finger, perhaps the grandfather's last wish can be fulfilled. But the precondition is to safely navigate through tomorrow's school bully extortion. Just at this moment, he discovered on the locust panel that the family dependents have the talent for reproduction. Both the quantity and the reproductive cycle are extremely astonishing, equivalent to the conversion of 1 year in the realm's time rule. In the real world, every passing day, the realm will reproduce 4 generations of locusts. This rapid rate of reproduction did startle Wu. He looked a bit crazy. Let's make a bold bet then. If you win, you'll become the master. If you lose, you'll be deemed as useless. The next day, Wu came to the classroom as usual. At this moment, a gorgeous figure walked over. Have you made up your mind, Wu? To be my slave, Shuangqin. I promise no one will dare to bully you until the end of high school. But Wu resolutely refuses. Although I, Wu, am poor and powerless, I also have my own dignity. I understand your willingness to shelter my goodwill. If there is nothing else, please go back. Shuangqin didn't say much either. He thought he would soon regret it. Then he hurriedly left the classroom. Before long, Binzhong arrived with several followers in front of Wu. Has the 100 MP that Wu asked you to prepare been brought? Be careful, I will shatter your realm core and make you a useless person for life. After saying that, he pressed his shoulder. But Wu did not let Binzhong continue to push him. Binzhong was very surprised. How dare you speak to me like this? If you don't hand over the MP, believe me, I will destroy your realm core. But Wu is quite tough. Then you should come and give it a try. This makes Binzhong feel suspicious. The usually timid Wu suddenly changed. Could it be that he has some powerful backing? He glanced at Shuangqin and found that the other party was not paying attention at all. The weight in his heart was lifted. Then he took out a card. Since you are looking for death, don't blame me for not giving you a chance. Dealing with trash like you, giving you 10 MP is already being generous. After the hacking card locks the target, it will generate a realm portal within the target realm to achieve intrusion between realms. The hacking card turned into a beam of light shining on Wu, then forcibly brought his consciousness into the realm. Soon, a giant portal stretching 100 meters wide appeared. Appearing in front of him, This is the deserted area of the realm. As the portal slowly opens, a vast and mighty procession of thousands of people emerges from within. That has been Zhang's dwarven army, numbering more than 5,000. At this moment, Bin Zhang's divine incarnation is suspended above the legion. I command you all in the name of dwarf deity. My dwarven army will go destroy the group of fragile locusts. Smash the core of this realm. 5,000 dwarves are inspired by Bin Zhang. They all raised their arms and shouted loudly with great momentum. Their morale instantly reached its peak. At the same time, inside the classroom, classmates are watching the battle through devices. It turns out that Bin Zhang's strength has already reached the top 30 in the grade. Among the 5,000 dwarves, an elite-level creature slowly walked at the front of the team. Wu also raised his hand and waved. Suicide locusts rolled out. Countless locusts emerged swiftly like a tide. They fearlessly rushed forward one after another. The onlookers were amazed by this scene. Those suicide locusts are elite. Aren't Wu's core family dependents ordinary locusts? How come there are so many elites in number? Another person disdainfully said. So what about elites? They are still no match for the combat power of a normal dwarf. Even if there are many trash, it's just a pile of trash. At this moment, on this side of the battlefield, seeing the suicide locusts rushing down, the dwarves also unleashed their beastly instincts and rushed to meet them. In a moment of collision between the two forces, a shocking explosion occurred. The intense vibration caused the entire realm to tremble. The man sacrificed all 2.4 billion locusts, just to exchange for stuff of equal value. 3 options quickly appeared before his eyes. Option 1. 10,000 elite goblin warriors. Option 2. Fountain of life used to improve the surrounding environment. Option 3. There is a certain chance to obtain a grade 1 sacred item that gives birth to core family dependence with bursting force. Wu fell into contemplation. Although goblin warriors can indeed solve the current crisis, they are disposable items. Choosing the Fountain of Life, on the other hand, is a long-term investment and is also unable to deal with the intimidation of tomorrow. As for option 3, it is an investment in core family dependence. It can have a sustainable impact on core family dependence. He can only choose this option for now. After the exchange is successful, we will directly load it into the core. As he squeezes hard, the bursting core on his hand instantly shatters and spreads to all family dependents. Among them, a small group of locusts have undergone a transformation. Their bodies have doubled in size at this moment. Suicide Locust Elite. Wu immediately caught a suicide locust and couldn't wait to test its might of self-explosion. As he threw it with force, the suicide locust burst instantly, its might akin to a hand grenade. Wu knows well the tenacity of the dwarves' vitality, although the current might is still far from enough. But if the quantity is increased, it's hard to say then. The scene returned to this side of the battlefield. As the thick smoke dispersed, half of the 5,000 dwarves were killed on the spot. The surviving elite dwarves also suffered serious injuries, but they still have the strength to fight. There are still 50,000 suicide locusts spiraling in the air. And those ordinary locusts. That number has reached an astonishing over 90 million. The outcome of the battle is already clear. This has made Shuangqin, who was watching the battle, look pleasantly surprised. This guy is quite interesting indeed. The red locusts that quickly cover the sky once again attack. Even the elite dwarves are shivering uncontrollably. Bin Zhang quickly issued an oracle upon seeing this. He called on those surviving dwarves to return to the realm quickly. How could Wu easily let him go? Relying on the instinct that locusts will fly, he directly ordered all family dependents to pass through the portal. Invade Bin Zhang's realm in reverse. Very soon, more than 90 million locusts swarmed like a black storm. The fearless rushed into the teleport gate, destroyed everything that could be seen in the realm of Bin Zhang into ashes. Bin Zhang remains proud. He shouted in a commanding tone. Quickly let your family dependents roll out of my realm. Where the locusts go, not a blade of grass remains. Even that elite dwarf was blown up on the spot. At this moment, Bin Jiang's momentum has also weakened by 3 points. I admit defeat. Withdraw your locusts from my realm. Let my family dependents return. Wu's cold smile on his face deepened. You want to shatter my realm's core, right? In that case, it's only fair for me to shatter yours in return, isn't it? Upon hearing this, Bin Jiang roared in anger. How dare you? My parents will never let you get away with this. My father is a demigod, and my mother is about to ascend to become a demigod. Before Bin Jiang could finish speaking, Wu issued a direct order for destruction. At all costs, smash his core for me. Bin Jiang no longer put on a tough front and started crying on the spot. Please stop. I surrender. I promise I will never bully you again in the future. Whatever conditions you have, feel free to ask, and I will definitely meet them. But Wu's mind was made up. I don't need anything. I just want to turn you into a useless person now. But as soon as the words fell, a stern voice suddenly came. That's enough. Stop, Wu. The man sacrificed 2.4 billion locusts, evolving into suicide locusts containing bursting force, not only blowing up the 5,000-strong dwarven army of school bully, and also invaded his realm in return. Bin Jiang pleaded bitterly. I admit defeat. I promise not to bully you again. Whatever conditions you have, just let me know. I will definitely comply with you. However, Wu had resolved firmly. I don't want anything from you. I just want you dead. But at this moment, a demigod appeared in the sky above the realm. Classmate Wu, stop. You have already won. Why bother going to such lengths to eradicate your opponent? At this moment, Bin Jiang seemed to see a life-saving straw. Teacher Liu, stop this lunatic quickly. My parents must be... But the sentence hasn't been finished. His realm core could no longer withstand the impact of the locusts and had cracked. Bin Jiang immediately collapsed on the ground. No, Teacher Liu, please save me quickly. I don't want to become disabled. Letian Lu noticed that Wu showed no intention of stopping, and his tone became even angrier. Didn't you hear me speaking? Wu smiled ambiguously and asked Letian Lu a question. Teacher Lu, why are you here? Letian Lu, however, remained silent. As the class teacher, I can naturally sense everything happening in the class. Wu continued. Then let me ask you this. Where were you when I was being attacked and extorted by Bin Jiang? Why didn't you show up? Faced with the questioning, Letian Lu's face darkened. Please stop for now. I will explain everything to you. But in her heart, she complained. Do you have demigod parents? Why do I have to offend the Zhang family just to help you? Wu had expected it early on. I will ask one last question. If today, the one being attacked by Realm Core is me, would you step forward to stop it? This questioning. Letian Lu was stunned directly. Seeing him fall into silence, Wu said disappointedly, Okay, I already know the answer. His words fell, and a large number of locusts exploded in an instant, shattering Bin Jiang's realm core into pieces. Collapsed one by one amid his shouts. Wu took away these fragments, and said to Letian Lu, Teacher Lu, please leave my realm. At the same time, the monitoring equipment in the classroom was suddenly forced to shut down. The crowd sighed in disappointment. One by one, they turned their heads to look at Bin Jiang, whose realm was now shattered. I have lost everything. I have become a disabled person. Letian Lu quickly arrived at the classroom. He shouted loudly, Wu, get out of here! I searched everywhere, but couldn't find Wu Wu. The students were trembling. He might have gone home. Letian Lu's anger has nowhere to vent. This student should be expelled. Expelled? On the other side, Wu returned home and immediately logged into his realm. He opened the interface to check the outcome of the battle. The suicide locusts have over 18,000 remaining, while the ordinary locusts are down to just over 4 million. However, This time they obtained a fragment of Bin Jiang's realm, which can be integrated into their own realm. Afterwards, he raised his hand, and the realm fragment immediately shattered, turning into streaks of flowing light merging into his own realm. Soon, Wu gained Realm Core Level 2 and Level 1 Holy Relic Dwarven Hammer, along with 820 dwarves. The area also expanded to 260 square kilometers. These gains were quite substantial for Wu, enough to support him until graduation. We knew that Bin Zhang would not stop there, and his parents would surely come to seek justice. The school would not protect him either, so he must develop quickly. Thinking about this, he decisively posted the Dwarven Hammer on the trading network, hoping to exchange it for the resources he needed. Soon, a buyer contacted him proactively. However, Wu persisted in his principle of only exchanging, not selling. The other party could only trade with a magma fire gem. It is a gem that can enhance the endurance of the element of fire of family dependence, increase the explosive might of flame gem. With it, my suicide locust can undergo a second evolution. The man bought a magma fire gem and evolved 1,000th of the locusts in the realm into lava locusts. To test their might, Wu casually grabbed one, and then threw it out directly. The lava locust exploded in midair instantly. Its power is equivalent to a hand grenade. Moreover, the splashing lava produced after the explosion caused extensive damage. On the other side, Bin Jiang's parents have already arrived at the school's Educational Affairs office to demand an explanation. The Director of Education attempted to explain that, to our knowledge, the cyber attack was caused by your son Bin Zhang. He also has a history of intimidating classmates and causing disruptions. The man immediately became furious. Are you suggesting that everything is solely my son's fault? Isn't the school responsible for anything at all? Bin Jiang's mother also demanded justice. That student who shattered my son's realm core. He must be punished. The school must expel him. At this moment, Wu is in the realm. Multiple uses of the growth acceleration power have caused the number of lava locusts to skyrocket in a short period of time. Just as he was about to unleash a sacrifice, a video request suddenly popped up. On account of the other party being a school leader, Wu decided to watch the video. In the end, he chose to answer the call. Mei Su truthfully confessed. Student Wu, I am Director Su Bin Jiang's classmate. My parents have come to the school. They demand that you be punished. Then she reenacted the whole process. Bin Jiang's mother wants the school to expel Wu Mei Su, but the school disagrees. She believes that everything was caused by Bin Jiang's invasion, and Wu did not cheat during the confrontation. So there is no reason for dismissal. The woman immediately became angry and embarrassed. Fine. You actually cover up the bad students who are destroying classmates' realm core. Is this the educational purpose of your school? Similarly, out of courtesy to the demigod Mei Su, I am still very polite to the two parents. Mrs. Du, please do not confuse the facts. We do have a lot of evidence to prove that your son has intimidated Wu multiple times. The woman was furious, with her veins bulging. Don't talk nonsense with me. I'm asking you if you are going to expel him. Mei Su said with a straight face. I'm sorry. Can't do it. The man was provoked and made tough remarks. Director Su, I could accept the school not punishing Wu severely, but as the victim, I must vent my anger. If you don't even agree to this small request, then I don't need to care about the school's reputation anymore. Back to reality, Mei Su told Wu Bin that Zhang's father would lead a team of 1,000 people to invade your realm. Regardless of the outcome, they will no longer care. This is also the greatest extent of protection the school can provide. However, a demigod's team of 1,000 people is equivalent to a 50,000-strong army of ordinary students. Wu, can you handle it? Wu nodded. Thank you, Director Su. I will go to school tomorrow to face this challenge. After the call was disconnected, Wu knew time was running out. He had to initiate the second sacrifice as soon as possible. Then he raised his hand and made a gesture. A massive formation for the sacrifice appeared above his head. instantly sucked in all 4.8 billion locusts. 3 options appeared in front of him very quickly. And no matter which option it was, the quality of the stuff obtained from the first sacrifice would be higher. After a brief thought, Wu finally chose the third option. Iron-cutting sword wind. An old man with white hair appeared in front of him quickly. His emaciated body had 2 pairs of arms. Iron-cutting sword wind, hero of the Swordwind clan. The man activates sacrifice. Sacrifice all 4.8 billion locusts in the realm, only to summon a 100-year-old man from the Swordwind clan. The frail body unexpectedly has 2 pairs of arms. It gazes at the Wu who summoned itself and requests, "Deity, I need a sword." The Swordwind clan, born for battle, cannot be without swords. Wu nodded immediately. No problem. High-end weapons must be equipped. Then he opened the trading network, thinking that he had cultivated a large number of locusts in recent days. After earning a total of 1 billion faith energy, it would condense into a point of MP. In addition to the remaining MP from selling land, there are currently a total of 54 points of MP Wu placed in order immediately. He could only buy a faith-level Tempest sword, and the items are divided into 4 levels in total. Normal equipment without energy infusion. Faith items often come with special effects. MP items contain a large amount of MP and crystallization for blending. They often have souls that can self-grow. Divinity items are items that only deities are qualified to control. They symbolize power and authority. Iron-cutting sword wind swung twice. Suddenly, a burst of slash wind surged ahead. Just the accompanying sword wind alone is already so mighty. Afterwards, the iron-cutting sword wind once again asked Wu for assistance. "O deity, I still need 3 more of such weapons to fully unleash my strongest power." Upon hearing this, Wu was immediately stunned. Wu thought to himself, "Did a strong wind blow in to deplete my MP points? Still need 3 more Tempest swords." It's easy to say when you're not the one doing the work. But it's about tomorrow. Facing off against Gang Zhang's demigod legion of 1,000 troops. The matter of buying weapons must not be taken lightly. So he mustered up the courage to get in touch with Shuang Qin. At the same time, Shuang Qin is meditating within the realm space, surrounded by countless storm finches dancing around her. And these storm finches are her core family dependents. Born naturally talented in the elite thunder element and excelling as an aerial combat unit. With various auras surrounding her, Shuang Qin's strength ranks in the top 5 of her grade level. However, she did not pay attention to these storm finches. Instead, she remembered a scene from her childhood. When she was in elementary school, she accidentally fell into a lake. Just as she was on the verge of drowning, Wu appeared. Despite his small and young body, he struggled to pull Shuang Qin onto the shore. He even performed artificial respiration for her. He saved Shuang Qin from the brink of death. Since then, Shuang Qin has always paid close attention to him. However, that fool Wu has always been unwilling to accept her help. That Wu with his dense head of elm might as well be squeezed to death. My grandfather is from the genuine deity family, with 23 demigod relatives. Can't they protect you? However, just as he finished cursing, Shuang Qin was startled by a video request. The note on it was from Wu. After connecting, Shuang Qin habitually spoke in a tone of a young lady and said, "Have you finally changed your mind? Are you agreeing to be my slave? Men will spend all their MP just to help Iron-cutting sword wind buy a Tempest sword. But Iron-cutting sword wind actually needs 3 more of the same weapon. Otherwise, it will be difficult to unleash all of his power." Wu had no choice but to find his classmate Shuang Qin to borrow some MP from her. Shuang Qin, however, asked back, "What will you use to repay me when you borrow MP from me? Are you going to use your rubbish family dependents? Don't think that defeating Bin Zhang in the invasion battle makes you exceptional. Your suicide locusts barely made it into the elite ranks and have little value at all." Upon hearing that, Wu immediately ended the call. "Forget it. Sorry for the disturbance." This move caught Shuang Qin off guard. She began to blame herself. What am I doing? Why did those sarcastic words just slip out? That's not what I meant. Will he misunderstand? He definitely will. After some inner struggle, Shuangqin decided to take the initiative to call Wu. After the call connected, Wu had a hesitant expression. Hello. What's up? Shuangqin blushed and snorted. How much do you need? Give me your account number. A few minutes later, obtaining 4 Tempest swords, the iron-cutting swordwind raised Wu's faith level from being a pan-believer to a true believer at level 1. The next day, Wu teleported to the classroom. His arrival instantly attracted the attention of all his classmates. This guy still dares to come. Aren't you afraid that the realm core will be overrun by the 1,000-man legion of demigods? I'd like to see that. I wonder if he can still remain so calm when it gets breached. I hear the murmurs around me. Wu is clear in his heart. It seems like everyone is actually hoping for my failure. Everyone is just waiting to see me make a fool of myself. At this moment, Shuangqin walked over. Did you borrow my MP to compete with Demigod to improve yourself? I advise you not to waste your energy. Even if Demigod only deploys a team of 1,000, it's not something you can currently contend with. Facing Shuangqin's concern, Wu just shook his head gently. I have no other choice. Shuangqin suddenly approached. You do? Just become my slave. I will contact my family to pressure Gangzhong. His family only has 1 demigod, while my family has a genuine deity and 23 demigods. He dare not refuse. But Wu still refused. I appreciate your kindness. You can go back first. I need to prepare to deal with a legion of 1,000 soldiers led by the demigod. At this moment, in a corner, a jealous gaze fell on Wu. Why do you deserve to be treated differently by Shuangqin? You are a waste. You are trash. Today you must die. Before long, Letian Lu, the class teacher, opened the door for Bin Zhang's parents. He bowed and fawned over them diligently. Please come in. Then he pointed out Gang Zhang and his wife. That kid is Wu Wu. Indeed, no one expected the class teacher to fawn over them like a lapdog. The woman wanted to attack Wu as soon as she saw him. You little bastard. You ruined my son's realm core. I'll kill you. Gang Zhang stopped her. Don't break the school rules. The man destroyed school bully's realm core. Unexpectedly, this brought upon the revenge of the opponent's demigod father, leading a force of 1,000 wolf riders, swearing to conquer his realm core. Just now, the homeroom teacher Letian Lu, in order to please the couple Gang Zhang, urged like a lackey. Wu, you little brat, come over and face your death immediately. Don't waste Mr. Gang Zhang's time. Wu knows he wants to curry favor with Gang Zhang, seeking some benefit from it. Then smiled. I want to wait for Director Mei Su to act as a witness. Letian Lu immediately exploded thunder. Is this trivial matter of yours worth having Director Su as a witness? It's already giving you face for me to witness it. Start now, or don't blame me for being impolite to you. As soon as the words fell, Mei Su had already walked into the classroom. Teacher Lu, who did you mean to be impolite to? Letian Lu's momentum immediately weakened by 70%. Director Su. It's a small matter. It's not worth troubling you to get involved. I just want to discipline one of my students. Mei Su gave a cold snort. Teacher Lu, don't forget. You are a teacher in the school, not a dog of some demigod. Understand? Gang Zhang didn't want to waste time. He interrupted their conversation. Since Director Su is here, let's get started. Mei Su's gaze fell on Wu. Wu, are you ready? Wu nodded. I'm ready. After getting Mei Su's permission, Gang Zhang couldn't wait to activate a hacking card. Pulled his legion of 1,000 people into Wu's realm. At the same time, Wu was once again forcibly pulled into his own realm. Soon a teleport gate over 10 meters high appeared in front of him. A massive army of 1,000 soldiers marched out from the gate. The leading captain of the Wolf Rider team has awakened the otherworldly power and otherworldly life. and the rest of the wolf riders behind are all elite. Upon seeing this scene, the onlookers outside all marveled and exclaimed that Wu is doomed. The combination of the green orc with the Mount Wolf by the wolf rider, and even wearing a full set of high-quality items, not long before, led to a legion of 1,000 wolf riders. A total of 2,000 units all stepped into Wu's realm. Gang Zhang's demigod incarnation also emerges at this moment. You little mixed breed. Yesterday you shattered my son's realm core. Today I want you to pay with blood. At this moment, Mei Su looked surprised. Wolf Rider can clearly be split apart to count as 2 combat strengths. It is said to dispatch a legion of 1,000 soldiers. This is obvious. Shuangqin beside also continued speaking. This is clearly a combat power of 2,000 units. The majestic demigod actually resorted to deceit. On this side of the battlefield, Gang Zhang ordered the Oracle Wolf Rider to charge. Soon, each bloodthirsty giant wolf rushed madly towards Wu's realm. At the same time, 680 million locusts flew out behind Wu, covered the pass like a red cloud blocking the sky, collided with the army of thousands of wolf riders. Thousands of wolf riders charged forward, colliding with nearly 7 million suicide locusts, but at the cost of sacrificing more than 1 million locusts, only resulting in minor injuries to a few wolf riders. However, this scene did cause quite a stir. Classmates are all feeling sorry for Wu. If given enough time to grow, perhaps the outcome would be different. Even the one who has been mocking Wu, Letian Lu, couldn't help but praise. Indeed, he is a talent. Just encountered a hurdle that cannot be crossed. Otherwise, he will definitely be able to make a name for himself at school. Before his words fell, a student suddenly exclaimed loudly, "Look! What is that?" At this moment in the realm, the clouds in the sky suddenly made a buzzing sound. Those wolf riders leading the charge seemed to have sensed the threat. They all stopped in their tracks. At the next moment, large swarms of lava locusts fell from the clouds like scorching meteors, leaving the wolf riders with nowhere to hide. Those lava locusts not only explode with tremendous force, but also emit large amounts of magma causing splash damage. Even well-equipped wolf riders suffer heavy casualties. The situation instantly reversed, leaving the onlooking teachers and students in awe. What kind of species are those locusts that explode with even greater force and cause magma splashes? Are they from the otherworldly life? Director Mei Su immediately turned around and asked, "Are there any students or teachers who have the power of examine? Please publish information about that type of locust." Later, a student used their unique power, and I identified it. That type of locust is called lava locust and is an elite. The head teacher, Mei Su, never imagined it. Wu, who has always been seen as a burden of the family, hiding such a secret weapon unexpectedly. At this moment, Gang Zhang's demigod incarnation is hovering in the air. Do you think you can wipe out all of my wolf riders like this? Dream on. Utilize the otherworldly power you possess. Upon receiving the wolf rider captain from the realm, he immediately looked up to the sky and laughed heartily. Released his otherworldly power, freezing aura. Spread the cold aura to the surroundings along with the Mount Wolf under his arm. The temperature drops rapidly within a radius of about 200 meters. In an instant, all the lava locusts were isolated outside. Even the splash of lava is difficult to penetrate through. The accumulated lava on the ground quickly cooled. In the blink of an eye, it turned into black charred rocks. The voice of public opinion is once again unanimous. A demigod would not be defeated by such petty tricks. Wu's locust swarm is now less than 500,000. He won't be able to turn the tide now. The surviving wolf rider quickly launched another charge. Although the number is now less than 200, Gang Zhang remains confident. You little bastard. I will show you what despair means. When your core breaks, your realm shatters, and the school will expel you. By that time, your fate will be at my mercy. Go shatter his core. Director Mei Su seemed to have foreseen Wu's miserable defeat. She closed her eyes, unable to bear it in her heart. Everything has come to an end. But just at this moment, Shuangqin suddenly saw a figure. What was standing in front of Wu's realm core? At this moment, in front of the core, there stands a slender figure. This figure has a flowing mane of hair and 4 arms. What is most shocking, however, is that each of the 4 arms is holding a Tempest sword, which costs 50 MP each. For swords total 200 MP. Isn't Wu a fox? How can he be so wealthy? And what race is this figure? Meisu spoke after a moment of thought to give out the answer. That is the Swordwind clan. Naturally, the Swordwind clan is an otherworldly life. A student on the side voiced their opinion. So what if one is a naturally otherworldly life? Doesn't Gang Zhong, the demigod, also have an otherworldly life Wolf Rider captain? Let the Wolf Rider captain temporarily engage the Swordwind clan, while the remaining Wolf Riders go and shatter Wu's realm core. Meisu couldn't help but frown. Look at the momentum. The Swordwind clan is not an otherworldly life. Instead, it is a bona fide hero. At this moment, Gang Zhang's face looks very bad. I have struggled for decades. But I have only cultivated a hero who is just a senior high school student. How can he, with no virtue or ability, have such outstanding family dependence? Grab him. You must grab this hero. As long as you can shatter the realm core of the Swordwind clan's hero, he will belong to me. Facing a charge from nearly 200 Wolf Riders. A sharp glint flashed in the eyes of iron-cutting Swordwind.